Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Train Sim World 3. This is week one, and if you like, of a new series, you can call it, I suppose. We're going to be driving without the HUD. I know, just thought I'd give you a moment, just let that sink in. Me, driving without the HUD? I mean, you should see me driving with the HUD, and it's not the best, but you know what, we're going to go for it. Over the next few weeks, the plan is to learn how to drive without the HUD and make it safely from one end and to the other, and without missing any stations in between, and hopefully not really speeding either. So I'm just going to go hardcore with this, straight in, nothing at all, absolutely nothing. Basically, what we're going to see on the screen is essentially kind of what you would see if you were driving the train in real life. So it's going to get interesting. Uh, there's kind of a lot to. I say there's a lot to take in. There's a few bits just to sort of be aware of, really. And the way that I'm doing this is just trying to break it up to make it all a bit easier. The first thing that we need to worry about is the signals, which is for when this being a UK route is relatively straightforward. You've got your green, which means go for it, have at it, it's all yours. You've got an yellows. You'll either have a double yellow, which tells you that the next signal is also yellow, or you get a single yellow, which tells you the next signal is red. Actually, red means stop. Think of Gandalf stood there with his big stick going, "You shall not pass," and you don't wait until he changes his mind. Obviously, if you've got a double or a double yellow, then you should still be driving at a reduced speed. And if you've got a signal that flashes at you, then just be prepared to either slow down or be prepared to stop. And you've got your speed limits. So without the HUD, you've got to look for the track sign. It should tell you how fast you want to be going. And this is where I think I'm going to struggle, is I've got to remember what it is. Every time I stop at a station and I'm ready to depart, what's my speed limit again? I've not got a HUD to look and see where the red dot is. And so that'll be the second thing to kind of watch out for. And third of all, which is kind of a big thing, is your stations. Now, you can see the service we're going to be driving will do different services throughout the day, but they're essentially going to be the same, going between Rochester and Faversham. Hopefully, they'll all be an 8-car formation, but doing it at different times of day, it means we don't know what to expect really. When it comes to the stations, the first few going to be all right because we're not going to be going particularly quickly, and so I'm all right. I'm feeling confident up until Gillingham. After Gillingham, I mean, yeah, Faversham will probably be all right, but of course I've got to get to Faversham first. But look, enough of me rambling on. Down the main three things to watch out for. And timings, I'm thinking, well, how do I know? Well, the only way that I could get everything off is disabling the little pop-up you can get that gives you your timetable. So we've got to look at that via the pause menu, which we'll do. And we can kind of work out from there what we're doing. So let's get going. That's probably the best thing. Lesson 1. Let's go. Now I'm just going to switch. No, I'm going to switch everything back on just so I've got my crosshair back, so I can get my safety systems on. We'll put them on first. There we go. And then button master key on. Pop that into there. Once I've got the train set up, I'll turn everything off. I think that's yeah, that's everything, isn't it? Safety systems, doors, lights. Right. If I push the right button, there we go. Right. We should be good. Awesome. So yeah. See what we're looking at. I don't think and we've got the time up there on the left where you've got the passenger information details, display details even, and so you can see it's approaching 8:30, and if we look at the schedule, so we know that 8:25:30, that is when we need to be departing Rochester, and we don't need to worry about all the times, but we know that we should be leaving Chatham at 8:29, and the passengers need 30 seconds to get on and off. So, and whenever we arrive at Chatham, give the passengers 30 seconds, but don't depart before 8:29. So we can do that. So should be good to go. I'll open my window. Okay. Right, let's go. This is really. Put my first one to forwards. There we go. This is all very very weird. So I've not got anything to help me here. Nothing. Literally, there's nothing that. If I had the, I don't even know where the. I don't even know what power notch I'm in. Oh wow, this is. Yeah. You really. Wow. Yeah. You can normally tell as you move, you've got the pop-ups that you'd normally see. Well, I've got nothing. So you've really got to be watching this. This is, well, I mean, this is going to be somewhat of a challenge, and I think, and maybe a slightly bigger challenge than I thought. I didn't sit here and think, oh, I'm not going to know where my levers are or anything. This is, I mean, yeah, obviously, if you've got any tips yourself, if you're used to driving without the HUD, which you might be, and feel free to drop them in the comments. I think it's going to help to do a route that you're familiar with, and I've driven this quite a bit, so I kind of know some of the sections of track anyway. And for example, I know that we've got a 30 until we get past Chatham, then it goes up to a 50, then a 60 as we approach Gillingham, and then yeah. And I don't know why I got my stop markers on. That's how have I done that? I thought I turned them off. It's probably because I was mucking about with the keyboard shortcuts. Oh, I'm going to need all the brakes here. Whoops. Funny that I did a practice run and I stopped perfectly. Right, so we know they need 30 seconds. We're at 8:28:15, so we're fine. So 8:29 will go. And that'll give me a moment just to get back to the keyboard shortcuts that I was looking at. And if you just type in TSW keyboard shortcuts, and you'll on Google, they'll come up. If I push the right button, how are we doing? 20 seconds. Right, come on, internet. If you'd be so kind. So we're going to have to get going in a moment. I might just pause the game a moment. Which one is it? Stop marker, stop marker, stop marker. There you go, it'd be Control 7. Right, do that. Press Control 7. It's 8:29, so we're good to go. Right, there we go. So I will be remaining in the cab, and for the duration of this, there'll be no, admiring the scenery and checking on the passengers and greeting them to say hello. No, none of that. Our focus is purely drive the train. That's it. That is it. There we go. Watching the speed there. We want to keep it slightly below where the speed limit is, because you're not going to be quite as accurate with this as you are with the HUD, and you've got half and a mile an hour over the speed limit before you're classed as speeding. So we do want to be careful. And so our next stop is going to be Gillingham. We should have a 50 limit coming up. I don't know exactly where. And of course, the other thing with this is you can't accelerate until the back of the train has gone past the speed board, which is going to be interesting, because I don't actually know where the speed board is for the back of the train. You see, now that's telling me that, oh, we must already be in the 50. I obviously missed the 50 board. Oh, there you go. Right. Well, let's get to Gillingham, shall we? I think probably we've got a bit of time. I'm not entirely sure what time we're due at Gillingham, but we'll get there. So there we go. That's a mark down for me. I missed the 50 speed board, which is fine because we were under the speed limit. Whoops. Goes right, doesn't it? So the plan is just we'll do different runs during the day. I'm just gonna make my way through the timetable, and we'll see where we end up. So this is fine because I know that just around the corner is Gillingham. So yeah, I've come in a bit quick here, and I should have started braking really a little bit sooner, but we're okay. We're okay. There we go. In fact, I could probably come off the brakes completely. Oh, no, I've gone wrong here. Oh, it's classed me as being stopped. Whoops. Okay. Never mind, it's fine. Well, we're opening the doors. Right. Pull up the schedule. And we are due to depart. So passengers get a minute to get on and off. And 8:33:30. So we're oops. I think we're at 8:32:30 by the looks of it. So we're good. Of course, the plus side of me stopping short here is the fact that I can see the PIS just out the window, and I can actually see the time on there better than I can on that little bit there. Yeah, so that's fine. We'll just keep an eye on there. I keep zoomed in. So 8:33:30, and we'll go. So I know that I can do 60. Let's just have a quick look and see if I actually managed to get all the train on the platform. The answer to that is no. I got... oh, wow. That's, yeah. That's 3 carriages. Yeah, 3 and a bit carriages that have missed the platform. Whoops. Right. Well, we're time to go, so we'll get the doors closed. I've got to rely on that to tell me when the doors are closed. There we go. Okay. Let's go. can see up ahead there's a green signal, so we're good. I know we can do 60, so it is happy days. Then just got to get to, I think Rainham is our next stop, is it? Is Rainham our next stop? Yes, so we've got Rainham, then Newington, and then Sittingbourne. So 8:38 we're due, 30 seconds for passengers to get on and off. Right, that's fine. So this is where I'm quite nervous about this bit because, yeah, whereas before I knew roughly where the stations were, now I'm really not sure. So yeah, this is going to be a series where if I fail, and I'm still going to post it on the channel, so you'll maybe be able to learn from my mistakes. I make no guarantees that we're going to make it to Faversham. This is just a learning. This is the best way that I learn, and is just by actually doing it. So, right, so that's an 80 board. So I'm gonna totally guess. For a split second, I thought that was Rainham there. It's just what I'm seeing over on the right. So this does actually make me a little bit nervous because it says, yeah, you can do 80, you're fine. Yeah, but I don't know where Rainham is though. So Rainham might be as far as we go. Unless, of course, we've got an approach control thing going on. I am going to zoom in a little bit, and every now and then, just to try and, what you want to do is get some sort of marker, and so that you know where the station is and where you want to brake, which I believe is what drivers typically do. There we go, off the power. Just doing 80. You kind of can't really leave it until you see the station. Now that's a flashing yellow, so that tells me to prepare to slow down. So this might be a bit of approach control, and it looks like Rainham could be approaching there, which it is. So we're on the brakes, we're good. Don't need to worry about that 25 speed board, that's only for going over to the switching tracks to the right. Okay, so that's quite helpful that you've got a bit of approach control going on and for coming into Rainham. So you know that you see that signal is flashing, you know, right, that means that Rainham is approaching, or that you're approaching Rainham rather, and that you should probably start braking. Oh, anyway, here should be fine. It's probably a good job that wasn't a red signal. There we go. I don't know, did we actually... No, we were just quite close. Right. So we know they get 30 seconds. So we're going to look to close the doors at an 8:38:15, just to make sure they've got their clear 30 seconds. We'll be 15 seconds late, but it's fine. That's not a problem. We can cope with that. Just watching the time there. I'm hoping I'm reading that right. There we go. Of course, if you need to, you can pop out and with the external camera and use the... Oh no, is that... I'm just going to check. Yeah, no, that's all fine. All fine. Oh, I think I might have been 8:38:30 might have been our departure time. Right. Because I can't see the signal. Just make sure he's still there. make sure it's still yellow. Actually, that's flashing at me. And so, I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure if that is still to do with the approach control or because there's something going on ahead. So, I am going to be a bit cautious until I see the next signal. There we go. Actually, I don't know where the next signal is. We're still in the 80 zone. We've got, I think there's Newington coming up next. Hopefully that'll be some... What colour's that? No, that's fine. It's fine. For a moment I thought, there we go, it's green. It's green. And we're coming into a 60. Oh, okay. So it appears that I didn't acknowledge something quick enough. Right, well, it's fine. If you'd like to let me go, that'd be fab. As that safety system is doing their job there. Okay. Gonna go. No. Okay. Let's try switching the reverser. Now we're gonna go. I mean, that moved. So does that mean you might let me go? Yes, there we go. Right. Ah, dear me. Right, I don't quite know what went on there. Right, we are in a 60. So, watch out for that. And Newington is our next stop. No idea what time we're due there. But we'll check the schedule again when we arrive. And we'll see where we're at. The main thing to sort of watch out for is if we're running late, we just need to make sure that I give enough time for the passengers to get on and off to let the loading unload cycle complete. That's the only thing. And do you have to keep looking down at the power handle just to make sure that I've got that where I want it. Right, that's possibly approach controlled, but we will slow down to 40-ish, just so that if we've got a red coming up, we're fine. It might possibly mean that it gives time for whatever's ahead, if that is one, that was a double yellow, and to get out of my way. Or if it's for the station, well, we're going slow enough that we'll be able to stop in time with me seeing it. Oh, well, I think that means I've got to get it down to 40. That's a red for the track on the right. Could do with cutting that tree down. I think that was actually a single yellow, so we'll slow down a bit more, because now what we're looking to do is... Oh no, it'll just be for... It's fine, that's a station, right, we're fine. Because the signal will be at the end of the platform. So we'll just crawl in. Probably a bit late. Now, of course, without having the HUD on there, it could be that the next signal has changed and that it's now in our favour, which it isn't, but it could be. It could have changed. So we'll approach nice and slow, he says. Just to make... Oh, there you go. It's gone green anyway. So we're fine. No. Yeah, this is... yeah, just stop. And... yeah, stop. There we go. Right, we've stopped at 8:44:15. And if we find Newington, we are a couple minutes late. They only get 30 seconds. So at 8:44:45, we can go. So just keep an eye out for that. Remember, we're in a 60-mile-an-hour zone. No, we're in a 40. But we'll join the main track, and looks like it'll be a 70. So that's what we're aiming for. Get the doors closed. There we go. And you've got that little sort of noise there that tells you that you are good to go. It's just a little beep, so you know that the cycle's complete and you are ready to depart. Right. Off we go. So, that's... there we go, give a quick blast on the old horn there. That's what that W was about. Whistle board, I think they're called. We're aiming for 70. Which feels about right. And, yeah, look out for anything else. Right, green signal, that's good. Might help when you're doing this just to call things out, just to help you remember what they are. So if you go past a signal, just say it's a green signal or double yellow, whatever it may be, and hopefully that will just help you to keep in your mind what the situation is. So we just passed a speed board for an 80, so I'm in a green signal there, so assuming that we're good. That might be too... It's that. There we go. So you only want to have a very quick look down at the power handle to see where it is. Again, you can see we're probably doing about 76 miles an hour, which is fine. As long as we're keeping it under 80, we're good. That's the... Although we're picking up a bit of speed, green signal. Just have a brake there. Okay, we don't need to worry too much about doing this perfectly, because this is just learning. So, you know, be kind to yourself. If it goes wrong, if you make a mistake, you know what, it doesn't matter. You just keep repeating the journeys, and you'll remember something will go wrong. Got a green signal. If something goes wrong, oh, is this Sittingbourne? Looks like it. Better get some brakes on. Yep, this is Sittingbourne. Right, okay. See, it's a good job I was paying attention. Bit of harsh braking, but again, you kind of learn where things are. You can even, to some extent, count the number of signals between the stations. I might have slightly misjudged my braking here. Oh, that might just be okay, albeit a bit harsh. There we go. Right, we'll get the doors open. So, again, looking at the timetable here, we are, where are we? So we need to give the passengers a minute, and our departure time is 8:47:30. And so we need to give them the full minute. We're at, what's that? So at 8:49:35, we'll be good to go. I was just looking just in case there was some PIS I could have a look at, but just for the time. So we've got to lean forward to read the to read that time on there. So small. Almost need a magnifying glass. But we're fine. We're fine. It's all good. It's all under control. Right. And my passengers are hurrying up. They've got 20 seconds. And then we've got one more stop after this before Faversham. So what I'm going to do as I close the doors, I'm just going to have a look and see. So we are due at 8:51:30, and they need 30 seconds, and don't leave before 8:52. That's essentially what we're saying there. There we go. Right, go. So 30 seconds, 8:52. And we've got a green signal. We are in a... Oh! See, this is the thing. I've got to remember what the speed limit is now. I want to say 80, but I could be wrong. Yeah. And of course, what we need to... oh, yeah, there we go. Nice little... smaller board down there, reminding me about the speed. 80, that's perfect. What we've got to bear in mind for the next stop is that Tinham we'll be switching onto a track to the left, and if I remember rightly, this is where I'm a little bit familiar with the route. I think it's a 40 limit, so just need to pay attention for that. Green signal. Now, actually, as we've seen, not every station has an approach control feature, and if it does, then you're almost laughing, because if you just take notice of the signals, you'll be fine and keep your lookout. You can just go green signal. You can just go, oh right, yeah, it's all good, and I've got a yellow signal, so I need to slow down, and then you'll see the station and you'll have time to stop because you're going at a reduced speed. Oh, is that the... no, it's... Oh, yes it is. Is it? No. That's the whistle board. Right, we're good for speed. Like I say, this is where I'm not so familiar with it. So it would be alright if we were going just straight for Faversham. But it would appear that I've picked the slightly more challenging services here. Oh, that looks like it could be it. Green signal. No, it's not. I keep slowing down when I don't need to. I've just taken a more cautious approach. So I've honestly got no idea where where Tinham is. I mean, that's looking like a platform. So I'm gonna hit the brakes. Yep, that is, there we go. Green signal. Right, we're okay. I'll come with the brakes a bit more than I wanted to there. Right, I think we're in notch 1. I'll give a bit of notch 2 just to make sure we stop. Oh, come on, stop, train. There we go. Right. So we know 30 seconds. It's what? So we'll call that leave at 8:54. That's what we're going for. And then our final stop, Faversham, which we I better have a look actually, just to see how long they get at Faversham. Doesn't tell me. Okay, doesn't tell me. So what we'll do is we'll give the passengers a minute before we close the doors at Faversham. That's probably the most sensible thing to do. Right, we'll get the doors closed. There we go. That little thing tells us that good. Just was there a signal there? No, we're fine. Right, let's go. So we weren't. I think I'm confusing this with Newington, this station, which is fine. So Faversham, and up next, and that's our final stop. And I'll recognise the track as we approach Faversham, he says. So we should be all right. We should be all right. Only thing to watch for is the speed limits, really. There we go. Green signal, and right, an 85 limit. So we know we can go up to 85. I think if I hadn't had that issue with the safety system earlier, we'd probably be on time. But hopefully I'll try and do one of these every week, just you know, to make it regular green signal, to keep it all fresh in my mind. And yeah, if you're playing this HUDless, you're learning, then you know, let me know in the comments how you're getting on. It does help to pick a route that you're a little bit familiar with already. And if you're green signal, and if you're not familiar with the route, but you go, you know what, I'd love to do this route HUDless, what I would, you know, my advice would be have a bit of time to just play the route with the HUD on. Just drive a few services just to get a bit familiar with it, because you'll get things that will stick in your head and just automatically just go, oh, I know that there's a lower speed limit coming up here, or oh, I know that this is near where the station is. And so green signal, so you've got and that as an just to help. This is why I picked this route, because I know it relatively well, kind of. Oh, that's a 75. Whoops. So we're going a little bit quick at this point. Come on, slow down. And that tells me there's a 60 coming up. I should have known that there was a 60 coming up. That's from, you'll pick that sort of thing up from route learning. And so probably, so I've noted that level crossing that we went over, that's when we want to be getting our speed down sort of between 75 and 60 miles an hour. See, there's my 60. So I'm slowing down a bit more because Faversham is just up ahead, I believe. Yes, so Might just be able to make it out in the distance there. We do appear to be having some approach control, which is fine. Slows us down anyway. Now, I'm not sure which platform we're going for, so I don't know what speed limit I want to be doing. I'm hoping we're not going left. Okay, we're not, we're fine. Because that's got a 15 limit. Right. So we've not, I mean, I'm going to say we've not done too badly, really. Yes, we're a bit late. We're due at 8:57. But, I mean, yeah, all things considered, I don't think that's a bad run at all. Certainly not for a first run at doing this hudless. Oh, what's going on? Thank you. I would like to get to the stock market. There we go. Right, so we are, so we'll give it till, it'll be 09:10, we'll call it. And then we'll lock the doors. Just to give them the minute there. And then we'll have a look, we'll kind of see how we did. I know we did a bit of speeding, but not too much. And, oh, okay. Or, you know, I'll just get kicked out of my seat. You know, either or works. So, I still managed to get a gold medal on that one. It's not too bad at all, really. If we look at my speed there, my speed is the green line, and for most of it, I was pretty good. It was just that little bit at the end there. You'll see where I missed the reduction in speed limit when it went down to 75. But aside from that, and stopping wise, and time wise, we'll have a look. So, Chatham wasn't too bad. 7 yards. I'll take that. Again, I'm being kind to myself. Within 10 yards, I'll take that. Gillingham 97 yards. So I was actually 97 yards short. And on time there. Rainham, we were good. Newington, it's between Rainham and Newington. We had the problem, and we were just 2 minutes late, and I just never made the time back. If I'd had the HUD on, I might have been able to. But I mean, you know what? That kind of feels like an all right run. So that kind of brings us to the end of our first lesson, week 1. And in terms of what we can learn from it, the first part is a slight argument with safety systems. I think I just didn't acknowledge in time. And then it took me a bit longer than it should have done to get the train going again. I don't know if it put me in some sort of timeout thing, but yeah, should have been quicker with that one. And then the slight speeding there. So we know that, and I pointed out the level crossing on the approach to Faversham. So probably, and when we see that, that's when we want to start braking and get it down to 75, and then continue to get the speed down to under 60. And we know that Rainham's got approach control, and so that's fine. We can be, aware of that. And the others, again, it's just a case of keep an eye out for them, really. But there we go. And I hope this has been of some use. Or if not, I hope you've enjoyed watching. don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Always very much appreciated. And I'm looking forward to the next one. Until then, take care, everyone.